Dear students, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be solving two problems on determination of the residential status of an individual assessee. Kindly watch the video till the end, like it, share among your friends and subscribe the channel. If you already subscribed, kindly ignore it. And if you have any comments, please put your comments in the comment box. Now let's move to the whiteboard. So now let us continue with the problems on determination of residential status. So in the previous videos we have seen there are two videos which I have made for the determination of residential status. In this video we'll continue with the two more problems of the same kind. So now let me take Mr. Raghavendra of Bangalore leaves India for the first time on 1st June 2015 to Germany to live with his eldest son. He came back to India on 1st July 2016 and left to Japan on 1st May 2017 to live with his daughter. He returned to India on 28th February. 2020. So determine his residential status. For the assessment year 2020-21. This is a simple problem here, dear students. So now let us write down the date of arrival, date of departure, etc. Then we'll calculate the number of days of stay during the previous year 1920. So Mr. Raghavendra of Bangalore leaves India for the first time on 1st June 2015. So date of departure to Germany on 1/6/2015. Then date of arrival to India from Germany, that is given as 1/7/2016. Then date of departure to Japan, it is 1 May 2017. Then date of arrival to India from Japan, it is 28th February 2020. So now let us calculate here. So calculation of number of days of stay during the previous year, that is 2019-20. So here during 2019-20, what has happened here? So which will start from this this previous year starts from 1/4/2019 and ends on 31/3/2020. So here he was not there at the beginning of the previous year. So he came from Japan to India on 28th February 2020. So in February he stays in India for 1 day, then 31 days during March. His total number of days of stay will be 32 days. Only he will be staying in India for 32 days. So now you apply the conditions. So what is our first basic condition? An assessee should stay in India for a period of 182 days or more during the previous year. So he does not comply with the first basic condition. Now let us apply the second basic condition. Our second basic condition is that an assessee should stay in India for a period of 365 days or more during the 4 previous years and 60 days during the previous year. Here he does not satisfy even the second part of the second basic condition. So he fails to satisfy any of the basic conditions. So that's why his residential status will be non-resident of India. So now let us write down here as Mr. Raghavendra does not satisfy any of the basic conditions. He is non-resident of India. So this is a very simple problem. So here the resident status of assessee is non-resident of India. So now let us take one more problem, that is a fifth problem. So here in this case, now let us see. Now let me take another problem here. Mr. Srinivas of Dharwad leaves India for the first time on 1/6/2016 to Germany to live with his eldest son. He came back to India on 1/7/2018 and left to Japan on 1/7/2019 to live with his daughter. He returned to India on 1/2/2020. Calculate his residential status. Calculate his residential status for the assessment year 2021. So now let us go for solving this problem here. So first let us note down the things what he has done here. Okay, so for the first time there is a small correction in the problem here. So now date of departure to Germany, which is given as 1/6/2016. Then date of arrival to India, which is given as 1/7/2018. So now let us take the date of departure to Japan, 1/7/2019. Then date of arrival to India, that is 1/2/20. So now let us write down here calculation of total number of days of stay during the previous year 2019-20. So now let us see here what has happened during 2019-20. So now you can see here so date of departure to 1/7/2019. So from the 1st April to 1st July 2019 he was in India itself. So now let us write down here. So April 30 days plus May 31 days plus June 30 days plus July 1 day. So the total of this will be 30, 30, 16, 90, 92 days. 92 days plus here he comes on, he returned to India on 1/2/20. So February 28 days plus March 31 days. So the total number of days of stay will be the 150, 30, 30, 16, 90, 90 plus 30, 120, 148, 149, 151 days. So 151 days during the previous year he is going to stay back in India. So he does not satisfy the first basic condition that an assessee should stay in India for a period of 182 days or more during the previous year. So now let us go for applying the second basic condition, that is an assessee should stay in India for a period of 365 days or more during the 4 previous years preceding the relevant previous year and should stay in India for a period of 60 days during the previous year. So he is satisfying the second part here. So now let us verify here. So let us take the 4 previous years preceding the relevant previous year. So 2018, 19, then 2017, 18, then 2016, 17, then 2015, 16. So these are the 4 previous years. Now we'll see here what has happened during these 4 years, how many days he stayed in India. So now when you look into this year, he came back to India on 1/7/2018. So from July he will be staying in India itself. So now let us write down here July 31 days plus August 31 days plus then September 30 days plus then 31 days October plus November, I write N for that, N 30 days plus December 31 days plus January I write J for this. January 31 days plus February 28 days plus March 31 days. So the total number of days of stay will be 273 days. So 273 days, that will come here. Then in 1718 he will not be there in India, so let's put nil here. Then nil here. Then 1617, now you see here, when you look into this data, Mr. Srinivas, for the first time he left on 1/6/2000, 1/6/2016. So he was there for the month of April, 30 days plus 31 days 31 days May. So he left in the month of June, so plus 1 day of June. So total number of days of stay will be 62 days. Of course, in 1516 he was in India itself, so it is 365 days. So when you take the sum of this here, you can, when you look into this, just 273 days, then 62 days, then 365 days, which is more than 365 days. So he is satisfying the second basic condition. And when you apply the additional conditions, he also satisfies both the additional conditions. So he is ordinarily resident of India. So now let's write down here, as Mr. Srinivas satisfies, as Mr. Srinivas stayed for 365 days or more, or you can also take the sum of this 273 plus 62 plus 365 days, it will be 700 days. So I'll write here, for 700 days during 4 previous years, preceding the relevant previous year, and for 151 days during the previous year, he satisfies the second basic condition, that an assessee should stay in India for a period of 365 days or more during 4 previous years, and 60 days during the previous year. So he also satisfies both the additional conditions. Now let us write down here, as he satisfies one of the basic conditions and both the additional conditions, he is ordinarily a resident of India. He is ordinary resident of India. So this is the answer for this question. So we need to calculate the number of days of stay, and we should apply the conditions. Then we can easily determine the residential status. So these are the two problems with respect to residential status of an individual assessee. In the fourth problem, he has come at the assessee is a non-resident of India. In the fifth problem, he is ordinary resident of India. Thank you.